Hello everybody, my name is Aaron and welcome to Banished. So this is just going to be kind of a first impressions video. In the background here you can see my town that I've started. I'm just going to show you guys the basic principles of the game. It's a new game, came out yesterday, the day I'm recording, day I'm recording, and it's the 20th, so a couple days ago. Actually I think a couple days ago on Steam in the US, and in the UK I think it was a day before that. So this is not really like your average city builder game. It's not like say SimCity or any kind of game like that. It is very much more survival oriented, and I'll show you how that works. So let's just show you the options menu kind of quickly. You have good selections of options, just everything you would need. I've seen videos where people say that you might want actually this longer. I think Total Biscuit said to do that just because what happens typically, and I've totally seen this, is you basically get a big enough town and it folds in on itself, and so it slowly dies. So if you have it on 5 minutes, and it only saves one autosave for you at a time, so if you have it on 5 minutes, 5 minutes back isn't going to be enough time for you to really fix anything. On video settings, we have render, all that stuff. So you can actually render it on different. I haven't had too much problems with DirectX 11. I know some people have. I have had a little water issue, but I don't think that was due to DirectX resolution. All this stuff. I'm not really recording full screen because I'm using Camtasia. Anti-analyzing texture, all that stuff. I don't know what that means. Shadow quality, all that. And audio, you just have your basic ambient effect, music, and UI. And then your input, you can bind all of your keys. So, there is 4 tutorials that just kind of show you how to basically play the game. They're very good, and I highly suggest you do them because the game is complicated. And once you finish them, you'll be like, oh, it's not that bad, it's pretty simple. But there are a few things that you do need to go over, and I'll try to start some of them, but you should do the tutorials. The tutorials are a lot of reading. They probably take half an hour to go through all of them consecutively if you just go start to finish. Right, so we're just going to start in town. That's fine. It's actually a random seed, so you get a different one every time. And you just click this, you can change it. Change your... I like that. You have all these settings. So medium is just a moderate game, begins with 5 families, clothing, food, firewood, tools. So basically you start off with a fair amount of stuff. Hard is insanely hard. You begin with 4 families, small amount of clothing. Basically you have no seeds. You have to rely off farming the land, or gathering stuff and fishing and hunting. Which is very difficult because it takes a long time, because you have to focus all your efforts in getting food. And of course, if you just want to skip all this, there'll be an annotation in the corner. And then easy is a little too easy for me. You start with homes, and you do start with livestock, which is nice, and you have a large amount of everything. So I really think medium's fair. You have mountains and valleys. The map I'm playing in the background here, there's mountains, so you can kind of see that. We're gonna go for valleys, large, climate, just what you would think. I'm just gonna do fair, and let's hit OK. This game is $20 in the US. I don't know the equivalent. Sorry, but I don't know if it would cater to a super large audience. I mean, I think it would, but again, it's not the same type of city builder that most people are used to, and it does market itself that way. Also, I've played a couple hours worth of this, and my best, my population has been around 30. So you don't have tons of people, you don't have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands like you might in SimCity. So, here are our families. These people that have these little houses above their heads, that means they're homeless. Let's just take a look at our area really quickly. Cool, so we have a river running through. Right, so basically the way this game works is here you have simulation speed. You can speed everything up. For the purpose of this, I'll just set it on 5x for now. You can actually pause and still build, which is a nice thing to do if you like to plan out everything. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. Some of the things don't act as you thought that you would think they would, but houses, you know, just wooden houses, you can use R or T to change the location. One nice thing I like is that it shows you the orientation of the door. So, like, as you can see, the arrows point out to the way it's going to face. And the road actually goes over the arrows. So if you saw where the tiles where the arrows were, you put a road over that, which is nice. I'm just gonna put, let's say, oh, I don't know, 4 houses down for now. I don't know if that will be enough. Actually, it should be, yeah. Also, if you just want to quickly remove lots of resources from an area, what you do instead of having renewable buildings, you actually just tell your people to go cut them down. So if you go to remove on destruction tools, you can just remove resources, and if you just drag the area, well, people will go remove them. So we actually do need a little room to expand. I'm just gonna say that area right now there, and let's just speed this up to 5 so you know I can kind of show you a good deal of the game. As you can see, the foundations are getting laid. Now, one thing you're going to want to do when you start up is open this. So if you go into Tools and Reports, Assign Jobs to Citizens. I like to just keep this open. It basically shows all your professions. Laborers just do general stuff, and you can kind of get the idea. So, also, roads are free, or the dirt roads are free, and stockpiles are free, which is nice. And, yeah. Also, one other thing you might want to open up is the general statistics, and that just shows you how much of everything you have. So we do have a fair amount of supplies right here. However, it's spring right now, so we will need to think about getting some firewood and things to get through the winter, because the winters are very tough. The first game I played, everybody but 2 people died in the first winter. They all starved to death. So you really do have to think about how you're going to do everything. Yeah, so I'll keep it on 5, I guess. Right, so these houses are going to get built. However, I don't think the laborers can build them, so we're going to need to assign some people as builders. Because we're close to a river, an easy way to get food would just be fish, so you know, you can just do that. The water, like buildings along water, are very finicky, as you can see. They don't like to go exactly anywhere, to say the least. Let's see, storage for logs, stone, and iron is near capacity. Right, so what we can actually do is zone another stockpile. I believe that's, yeah, it's here. So, stockpile. Although, I think we'll just drop it off there, so it's fine. So our houses are getting built here, and it should say who's living in them. You can have a total of 8 people in a house, I believe. And the aim of this game really is to survive. It's not to make a huge city, you know, because once you get to a certain point, your city basically collapses in on itself. Yeah, so we're running out of storage. I guess I should just put down another stockpile. Cool. So, we still have homeless people, so it looks like we need more houses. There are stone houses. There's 2 types of houses, stone houses and wooden houses. Then there's a boarding home. Stone houses are relatively expensive. I just do wooden houses to start. Where should we put this? I do like the aspect of, you know, you have to think where you put everything, as opposed to something like, say, SimCity, where it's just you zone everything and random houses pop up. It's definitely a little nice thing. So if we go into food, we're going to need some food soon. I did place this fishing dock, and it looks like, so yes, there are people here. So it's built. So what we need to do is we need to assign people fishermen. Make sense. Just have 2, and we'll get that food going. So, if you just cut down everything, you can see you will run out of things. It might look like you won't. Well, I say that. You're going to want a renewable source so you don't have to keep going farther and farther out. Also, the stone deposits. This is a very plentiful map, but sometimes you'll get maps that are just like, nope. So you're going to need things like quarries and foresters, which actually plant trees and cut down trees. So we have a woodcutter. Just put him kind of over here. He turns logs into firewood. Your server firewood is so low, right? So we placed 2 of those. You can only have 1 person working at them at a time. So yeah. Sorry about that. Someone is at the door. So as you can see, these people are cold. Now there's a couple things you can do about this. The first being firewood. However, if you just rely on firewood, your people will go back to their houses more and more to stay warm. So what we really want is warm coats. To get those, though, we need sheep for the wool, and the only way that I know of really to get livestock is to trade with them. So eventually we will need a trading post. So I guess we can just plonk that down now, maybe. It's big, though. There, maybe? No. Very, very precise. If I had one complaint, that'd probably be what it... There we go. There we go. Cool. So, these people have no one working at them. So, just put 2 because there's going to be another one there. Citizens without jobs. It's okay. Hang on. This one will get built. Right. So, as I said, we can also place down roads and things like that. So let's just put a road down here. I guess I can do it like that. Cool. The reservist food is low. Yes, I've noticed. So let's assign some more fishermen. Hopefully we can get that going. Also, I think there's some deer. Maybe not. Well, a good alternative is a gatherer. And they have a pretty wide range. So we'll see if we can get that. Food is low and stone is low. Well, you can also zone collection for specific things. So let's say we just need stone. We can say just collect stone in that area. So that's nice. I personally really enjoyed this game, but I can see how some people will not, because it is not an easy game and it takes lots of patience to complete. Firewood is low, yeah. See, now it's becoming, it's autumn still. Yeah, I really like this game, but it has an element that's not quite a city builder. Hopefully you guys understand what I mean. It's more of a survival city builder, I guess. You have to think, because once your town gets too big, plagues and fires will just massacre it. Also, just starvation. Sometimes you can't support the amount of people you have anymore, and those are all problems. So really, you just die from the inside. Right now, it might seem like it's going pretty slow, but once you get to a point, it picks up. I'm playing on a pretty fast speed too. Let's see. Let's see if this thing's getting built. Almost, right. So this is the problem I had before, stone. Quarries are not very efficient. Well, I mean, they take a lot of resources to build, and just in general. So let's do that. Get some more stone. However, this game was released for $20, which I think is very, very, very reasonable. Oh, logs is low now, yeah, see? So it is a constant battle about seeing if you can actually collect enough resources in time. Because my city is growing. I have 13 people and 8 children. Children are pretty much useless. You can teach them and make them, when they turn into adults, more efficient, but that's it. They're not very useful. All they really do is eat your food, which is quite the annoyance. Also, I've heard that random people called nomads can just come in and join your town, I guess, but they bring diseases and such with them. I've never had that happen to me, but I guess it would be a good alternative to get people into your town if you need labor. Market. Oh, it's big. Firewood is low, yes, and we are actually out of food. That is not good. Again, you wouldn't be probably playing at as fast speed in the beginning like I am right now, but yeah, I'm not. I've put a good number of hours. I've put like 3 or 4 into it right now, and I am enjoying it very much. So, would I recommend this game? Well, if you like to be frustrated, I like it a lot. But it's not an easy game. It's not a game where you can just go into the mindset, like, I'm going to go build a city. It's more, you're going to have to build a city and actually manage the economic side and the food side and everything about it until it's taken care of for you. There's no combat whatsoever in the game, which is a nice change, in my opinion, because it seems like all games now, they have some form of combat in them. Yeah, but I definitely like this game. So again, if you think you'd be into the survival kind of game, then I'd highly recommend it. Even if you're not sure, like I was, if you have the money, you know, just if you're waiting to buy a game, I would definitely go for it. They're still updating it and everything. They're changing things. It's not in beta, but you know they're still patching, and it's a very fun game. So, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it off here. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.